In 1967, I was a missile launch officer, meaning I had control of nuclear weapons, specifically the Minuteman I missile. I was stationed at Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana. August 1966, UFO comes over and disrupted communications. It was seen by many of the guards and many of the individuals located over at Mike Flight. It did interrupt communications while this object was overhead, which was typical of UFO encounters. The Echo Flight Incident, March 16, 1967. This is well documented as a result of me and my investigators' efforts. We were able to, under the Freedom of Information Act, to get a lot of documents and eventually a lot of supporting witnesses for this and my case. Maintenance crews and security crews were on duty. They had been there overnight at 2 of the launch facilities and were on site when UFOs came over. All 10 missiles went into a no-go shutdown while UFOs were observed overhead by crews at the sites. And then about a week after that incident, on March 24th, I was on duty at Oscar Flight. I pointed that out to you. And I had first communication in the evening. The main guard calls down and he says, "Sir, I've been seeing some strange lights up here, making odd maneuvers, going very, very fast, making 90-degree turns." He says, "They're not aircraft." He just wanted to report it. As I was telling him, the missiles started going no-go. They were shutting down. All the missiles were independent. So if you wanted to shut down all 10 missiles, you'd have to do them one at a time. These went down within seconds of each other. This is unheard of, by the way. I was on missile duty for 3 years, and I don't remember losing one missile, much less 10, other than my incident, for any reason. These were very, very reliable systems, as you can imagine. And then about 5 minutes later, he calls back, and this time he's screaming into the phone. He's very frightened. He's got all the guards out there with their weapons drawn, and he said, "Sir, I'm looking at the front gate, and I see this glowing red object. It's oval-shaped. It's about 30 feet long, and it's just hovering over the front gate." This was a very frightening experience for these guys. They saw something that they simply could not explain to themselves. A few of them went literally berserk. This was during the Vietnam War. It was during the Cold War, and so it was a tense situation. And SAC headquarters admitted they did not know what happened. This is the official Air Force policy on UFOs. It was first issued in 1969, but it is still in effect. There's one just about the 5th paragraph down. It says, "No UFO reported, investigated, and evaluated by the U.S. Air Force has ever been an indication that it affected our national security." An absolute lie.